What's good, guys? I'm going to do a little bit of a discussion video today. I just want to let you guys know that I have thought about doing videos every day, like some sneaker reviewers, discussion videos, all that. But really, I want these videos to be meaningful, not only to you guys, but also to me. And I find the only way I can do that is if it's something I'm passionate about, something that's really either annoying me at the time, something I've thought a lot about. I thought about doing a discussion video about the Shackle shoes that Jeremy Scott did, but I kind of backed off it a little bit because I thought it may stir up a little bit of controversy. Um, I still haven't decided whether or not I've officially thrown that idea out, but at some point I may do a video on that. Also, hopefully J-Star and I and a couple other guys from Chicago will have some discussion videos for you coming soon. I also want to say that I read all your guys' comments, and to the guy who told me to make my bed in one of my last videos, there you go. It's neatly done just for you. And my dad also has seen a couple of my videos lately and told me that I need to focus on the camera. So my goal for this video is to look directly into the camera the whole time. Don't take my word for it. But the main purpose of this video is to discuss the recent releases from Nike and how, at least in my opinion, they become a little bit more confusing and a little bit more of a hassle. Now, I don't know if it's simply because of the area I live, Chicago, but I know for sure that at least the past two releases online have been confusing for me. Now, I think it all started mainly with the LeBron 9, Miami Vice, South Beach, whatever you want to call them, and the fact that all the stores in Chicago that typically do lineups all of a sudden decided to switch to tickets. And a lot of the places handing out tickets just picked random days to give them out. Didn't tell anybody what time, just kept telling you to check back in, etc. So that was the first big blunder that kind of started this whole thing in motion. Now, luckily, Nike.com told me, customer service told me what day they'd be releasing, what time. So by the grace of God, I guess you can say, through luck, I was able to get them online. Now, basically after that, it started getting more confusing. With the Yeezy 2 release, basically no place in Chicago got them. It was three places: St. Alfred, Success, and RSVP. RSVP did a silent auction, Success did a live auction, and St. Alfred's did a raffle just for the opportunity to purchase the shoes. And it was a $35 raffle. I wasn't going to deal with any of that mess, so I thought if I were to try and get them, I'd get them online. Now, I called Nike the day before that they're supposedly going to release, and they say, yes, it's confirmed this is the release date, but we don't have a time for you. And I wasn't about to spend all day clicking refresh, 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 just in an opportunity to get some shoes that I think are a little bit above average looking at best. I do definitely like the Yeezys, but I think for a black and white color combination, you can get some cleaner looking shoes out there that don't have the hype or the price tag that they do. So I just didn't feel like spending all day attempting to get them. So I chalked that one up as a loss, and I figured I'd wait for the shoe that I really wanted this summer, which was the Barkley Nike Air Force 180. So the day before July 1st rolls around, which is when every site said that they were going to be releasing, and I called Nike.com, and I spoke to the customer service rep, a different guy this time, obviously, and he said, well, the official launch date is July 1st. And I was like, well, what's that supposed to mean? I was like, is that when they're going to be releasing? And he goes, no, that's the launch date. And I said, what the hell is a launch date? Why do you keep talking about this launch date? And he basically went to his manager, etc., tried to get a better explanation, but he kept reiterating the same point that it was just the launch date. which I still to this point have no clue what that means. And after that, I checked all day the next day to see if the shoes were online. Of course they weren't. And as the week progressed, stores throughout the country started getting them. The shoes started popping up on eBay. But I still hadn't heard anything from any store in Chicago. Nobody in Chicago had gotten them. Hadn't heard from anybody else about the shoes. And then the 7th rolls around. Call back Nike.com customer service. They still don't know. I'm in Bloomington now, so I can't go to any of the stores in Chicago. Nobody in Bloomington's getting the shoes. I was busy that morning, so I had no access to the internet. And of course, I end up not getting them the 7th. Then they do a restock today. Go online, put the shoes in my shopping cart, size 12. And this was just luck. I just went on Nike.com because a couple of different websites had started doing restocks. So I said, maybe Nike.com's doing one. And by luck, they were. I put the size 12 in my shopping cart, go to check out, and as soon as I go to check out, I get an error message saying the shoe is no longer available. So at this point, I'm a little confused, so I call customer service rep. By now, they should pretty much know who I am. And I said, I got the shoes in my shopping cart, and I went to check out, and it said they were no longer available. And I said, don't you guys have a policy of maintaining them in the shopping cart for 30 minutes, an hour, 24 hours, whatever? I thought that they started doing that after the Yeezy release. And the customer service rep told me, no, that was a Yeezy exclusive thing. At first, she didn't even know what the policy was, so she had to speak to other people in the customer service department, and then she came back with, no, that was an exclusive policy just for that release. I was like, okay, whatever. So she gave me the phone number of 2 Nike stores that supposedly still had the shoes in the size 12 and available. Called both of them, they're like, no, we don't. So at that point, I basically was like, screw it, I'm not getting the shoe. I went to eBay. There was a shoe that went for $10 over retail, but based on principle, I refused to pay over the cost of retail. So I'm watching 4 or 5 auctions right now on eBay, waiting on a size 12 to either go at retail or below. If not, I'm just going to save my money. I don't need them that bad, but the whole thing just is bothering me a little bit because I kind of take pride in the fact that I know about the shoes, know about the releases. Kind of sounds lame, but I check sites like Complex, Nice Kicks, basically every day, every other day, to stay up on my knowledge of everything that's going on. So I like to take pride in knowing, like, when shoes are coming out, details about the shoes, stuff like that that a lot of people may not know. And the past few releases, I don't know if it's because I've been getting lazy or what, but if you guys have been having the same experiences, post a video response, post a comment and let me know. But to me, it seems as if Nike's been making it more of a hassle. I think that one of the videos discussions that I had with J-Star previous to this video a few weeks ago, we kind of talked about how Nike had been handling release dates, and just kind of expanding on that discussion. In my personal opinion, I think that Nike, Nike.com, whatever, needs to, as soon as they know when a shoe is releasing, and basically all these other sites, Nice Kicks, Complex, blah, 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 start posting a release date for a shoe. For example, the Jordan 11 Breads, the Bread 11s. When every site says December 24th, Nike.com needs to have a list of firm release dates, a firm release date where when the shoe will be releasing. And in addition, they need to show what stores will be releasing the shoe. They clearly know all this information because they've got to inventory the shoes. They've got to They've got accountants that have to account for the shoes. All that information they already know. So when the customer service person is telling you they don't know, they're straight up lying. Well, they may not know, but somebody within Nike does know where the shoes are going to, how many shoes they're getting, etc. I just want public information because otherwise it seems like there's a lot of shadiness going on, a lot of backdoor deals, and it's frustrating for me because I don't know when, where, what I'll have to do to get the shoe. So it's basically made me kind of feel like giving up. I don't necessarily know on the shoe game, but it's made me lazy the past couple releases, I'll say that. I got lazy after the LeBron release. So for the Yeezy and the Barclays, I was almost waiting for information to come to me as opposed to constantly seeking it out because I was getting tired from all the back and forth from people at Nike, from conflicting information on different websites. So I don't know. That's just my personal experience. I don't know how the past few releases have gone for you guys, but that's kind of the purpose of this video. Let me know what you guys have thought of the last few releases, if they've been confusing or a hassle for you guys to get. I guess just leave a comment below, rate, subscribe, and to all my new subscribers, I really appreciate it. And hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll have another discussion video with JStar25 and hopefully a few local Chicago guys as well. As always, thanks for everything, guys. I appreciate it, and hopefully this video ran a little bit smoother than some of my past ones. Thanks. Peace.